Hello, I'm Andre Walton, Certified Coach and Small Business Consultant. The contents of this video are distilled from several decades of coaching and consulting for small businesses, many of which have been startups. I'm delighted to say that all of my startup clients have been successful. That is to say, they're still in business, unlike 90% of startups. They have generated a comfortable income for their owners, and several of them have been, or are in the process of being, sold for 7 and 8 figures. What follows is very general, and it's the job of your coach to help you drill down to a detailed level that characterizes your business. How exciting it is to embark on the journey towards entrepreneurship, but that excitement can easily turn to overwhelm or even fear or terror when things seem to be going off the rails. The solution is a plan. That's an area where your business coach can guide you. There are 3 main elements in the preparation for launching your startup. The first is you, your skills, weaknesses, and perhaps most importantly, your mindset. The second is due diligence, which is all about research and digging deep into where your business fits in. The third is the strategic plan. This is crucial to the success of any business, but particularly at the startup stage. Let's dig deeper into each one. The you component. Take a couple of minutes and write down what you consider to be your skills. Not just the skills or qualifications that directly relate to the service or product you intend to provide to your customer, but surrounding skills. Are you a good communicator? Are you a people person? Do you like routine? Are you creative? How do you feel about managing other people? Now write down where you definitely don't have skills or the inclination to acquire them. Take a cold, hard look at your strengths and weaknesses and be honest with yourself about which tasks you can accomplish efficiently in your business and which you cannot. You don't need to be, and shouldn't try to be, good at all the tasks in your business. For instance, accounting. A good bookkeeper may be qualified to a level only just below a CPA, and they will be a lot cheaper. Some will even handle the paperwork involved in setting up the type of business they think is most appropriate for you, i.e. an LLC versus a Subchapter S corporation. They may have a service that will do every aspect of your business finances, from the bookkeeping and invoicing to filing the quarterly and end-year taxes, and it may be cheaper than you imagine. Taking care of the administration involved in employing people is another service that can be bought quite inexpensively, from payroll to keeping up to date with the documents you need to be posted at your place of work. The legislation relating to hiring and firing, that's tedious stuff. Outsource it. You may well need social media exposure and other promotional resources, or maybe you will need to mine LinkedIn for professional contacts or clients. Unless mastering this would be fun for you, maybe you should outsource those tasks also. This is an obvious question, but is the work you are proposing to do a good match for your skills? If not, are there courses you can take, books to read, online training programs? Or if your skills are not fully utilized, should the plan be modified to better use them? Possibly most important component in the you category is your mindset. I want you to close your eyes. Now I want you to think of what success means for you and your business at a specific benchmark in the future. Maybe it's the point of break even, or when you begin to make a good living. Or perhaps it is when you have a full calendar for your dog grooming or your coaching or financial advisory business. Whatever the scenario, I want to imagine how you feel in your well-organized business. What does it feel like to get up in the morning and get ready to go to the office or into your home office, or the salon you have created? What does it feel like to talk to the local newspaper or radio chat show about your successful business? What does it feel like to hand out your business card to friends, neighbours or members of the local Rotary Club because someone has given you a great commendation. Take a couple of minutes to really feel what it is like to be at this point. Pause the video if you need to. Now, before you start thinking this is all a bit woo-woo for you, Navy SEALs do this kind of visualization before they embark on a mission. They put themselves in the mindset that the mission has been successful. Top athletes do this before the game. When skiers are standing at the top of the slope, waiting for the green light, they're not wondering if their bindings are at the right tension. No, they're focused on going down the slope, the slalom, and arriving at the finish gate, hands in the air, knowing they have one of the top times. This works. It's part of the walking the walk. But this is not an act any more than the Navy SEAL is acting. This is you being the successful entrepreneur that you can be. The second is due diligence. However great your business idea may be, you must have a clear idea of what your potential client or clients look like and how to reach them. Due diligence should be started at the earliest possible moment, preferably as soon as you are serious about starting a business. Whether your business is aimed at a local audience or a virtual one, it is critical that you dig deep into the who your audience is, the why they want to buy from you, and precisely what product or service do they want to buy. To take an example of a local business, let's say you want to launch a flower shop. Get to know how the existing flower shops in your area actually work. Pack yourself lunch and park your car in front of the local store and count the number of people that go in and out of that shop and what they walk out with. My local grocery store has quite a big flower section, and it's situated right next to a Pete's coffee shop. How easy to spend an hour watching people buy. Make your best guess as to their demographic. Maybe you could find a grocery store that doesn't have a flower store within its walls, and talk to the manager about establishing your business there, taking advantage of their existing customer base rather than renting space in a strip mall. Talk to people who run similar businesses. Go in and buy some flowers. Ask if you can be put on their email list. See if you can find out if their business is cyclical. Outside of Valentine's Day, how does their business vary throughout the year? Email promotions are not just for the big guys. A promo email from your local shop a week before Valentine's Day might be much more appealing than the generic 1-800-Flowers email. Talk to your friends about where they shop for flowers. Maybe one of them got married recently, meaning lots of flowers. Whether your business is local, national, or global, your coach should help you build an avatar for each of your client categories. The avatar is built around your prototypical customer or customers. In the above example, sitting outside the local flower shop will provide some of that data. There are other ways of gathering this data for service and virtual industries. The avatar will include the age of each category of client. You may have more than one age group that are targets for your service or product. The socioeconomic group, and maybe the range of work or profession that they are likely to have. Your best guess is a good start. The types of data you collect will depend on your business. You and your coach will create an appropriate list along with the ways to contact these clients. The various ways of contacting those who fit your avatar is a series of webinars in itself and dependent on your individual business. Your coach should point you in a specific direction. To wrap up this section, you need to establish your unique selling proposition. What is it that differentiates your product or service from the competition? If the actual service or product cannot be the differentiator, then how about level of service, support, or warranty? Last on the list, maybe price has to be the differentiator, but you had better really understand the business if you're going to choose price. By the way, I've even had a client who got a job in a flower shop before starting her own. Why? She told me she wanted to learn the mistakes on someone else's dime. Well, that's dedication for you. The third category is the plan. Having collected data during the due diligence phase and visualized yourself as a success you can be, it is time for some planning. I taught strategic planning to MBA students, and it is a 3-credit class in itself. But with the help of a good coach or consultant, it doesn't have to be daunting. You already have a list of strengths and weaknesses called a SWOT analysis. You should already have a best guesstimate as to what your revenue needs to be to break even. What is now needed is to put all this down as a strategic plan, with a what needs to be done, by whom, and by when, in order for your launch to be a success. The plan will have benchmarks, the date you get your premises, website, social media presence, the date to get your LLC, local licensing, insurances established. Once again, this list will depend on your business, but you get the idea. These benchmarks are useful because they are your roadmap of who does what by when. But they also alert you at each stage as to whether you are on track or not. The time frame for these mini goals could be every week at the beginning, but may extend to every month or so once the business gets going. There are many aspects of a strategic plan which, as I said before, I can't fully cover here, but they'll include when, in terms of time or revenue, you intend to employ extra staff, what the goals are for those staff regarding performance. All this can be tracked month by month. It is important that your plan has measurables, things like product shipped, clients signed up, revenue, that enable you to track your progress. If they don't track well against your plan, you can either adjust your strategy or your plan. There is nothing wrong and everything right with changing the plan if things don't track. However, those kinds of changes need to be made from a strategic perspective, not just because of panic, because you haven't quite broken even or got the number of clients you'd hoped for by a specific point. Your coach can work with you to dig deeper and guide you to a decision that's grounded in fact. Okay, there's a lot to absorb here, but by breaking down these components, the you, due diligence, and the plan, they become easy to tackle. After all, inside every big problem is lots of little problems trying to get out. The good news is that this work is never wasted. Analysing these data and doing some simple exercises is excellent groundwork for the later stages of your business development. And remember, you don't need to embark on this journey on your own. That's what a coach is for, to guide you and as an extra set of eyes. A business coach is a specialised professional, particularly a startup coach. In practice, that person will be a cross between a coach and a consultant. You need them to give you advice, and giving advice is not normally part of coaching practice. So your startup coach needs to have considerable experience in this phase of a business. They should also be a competent and experienced life coach, so they can guide you along a comfortable, fast-paced path and help you if the path gets rocky on the way to your goals. It can be an enormously exciting time with a steep but rewarding learning curve. You will be putting a lot of energy into the process, so make sure the process is well planned with as few surprises as possible. Feel free to call me, to email me, to message me, to get a free session where we can talk further about your challenges. And thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it instructive, and I wish you the very best of luck in your startup goal. Thank you.